They are still under current assets. Alright? So these are the assets that you need to write it down in your assignments. If you are not able to write in the assignment, please remember to put in the appendix. Alright, help me to write down appendix. Why you write appendix? Because you need to put all this information to support your assignments, to support your main body. Alright? I noticed that last semester people did not write the appendix, some of them. Alright? So what do you have? The firm. The firm have the goals and the values, the resource capability, and the structure and the system. So please remember to write down the structure also. The structure means your organization, business structure. The business structure can be your policies, your organization's culture, your organization's formal hierarchy. Alright? Hope that you can write all these things clearly. And you see here, your organization is going to have a strategy plans. So these are strategies. Alright? The strategy you have to take care, inside the strategy, you must include what are the industry's environments. That is your competitors, your customer, your supplier. So these are the key areas. Alright? And you also need to understand that the organization have your firm's strategy interface. Alright? And other things like the environment strategy interface, meaning to say this interface is the link. Is the process, is the associations. How strong is your association with different government agency? How strong is your association with your market supplier? How strong is your association with your customer? How strong is your association with so many different group of people that you're doing business with? Or the publics, or with the bank. You see, the bank is your intermediary, your middleman. Your bank is to help you supply with money, am I right? Loan you the money so that you can do business. Example. So please understand, you need to write down clearly what are your firm strategy interface and the environmental strategies interface. So these are two different interfaces. Make it clear in your assignments. Next one. You need to also understand and tell us directly, all right, who are your major competitors, who are your customer supplier. So all this information you may not able to put in the main body of text because your main body of text has a limitation of 3,000 words. Am I right? You cannot write more than 3,000 words. I forgot to turn on the aircon because on a Saturday exactly at 1 p.m. the main central aircon will shut down. So this internal aircon will take over. Otherwise, it will be very stuffy. All right. So you also need to understand a little bit by telling who are the suppliers and so on. All right. This is called your conceptual views. All right. You need to analyze. These are some of the rationales for you to understand. All right, your approach strategies. With the external environment subject to rapid change, you see the word there? Your environments, you must demonstrate. In your assignment, you must demonstrate what are the kind of environment that are subjected to many changes. Please do not just write descriptively that your environment is changing and full stop. Please write down clearly in your assignment what are the environmental factors that are changing always. Sorry, they are changing always. All right, are you here? I know that you're having finish a full lunch, maybe very tiring. Lethargic right now. Lethargic means very tired, cannot concentrate, cannot pay attention. But you try your very best, all right? Okay. So what happens is that you need to understand which are the environments. The environments that subject to a lot of changes, all right, including the internal resource. What are the internal resources? All right, please write down in your organization that you have chosen, what are the internal resources? Your internal resource can be your manpower. The people that you employ, are they good? Will they run away? Yes. You can employ a lot of good people. Yes, very experienced, highly qualified. But they stay with you short term. And then they run to your competitor, what will happen? You see, there's the impact. Are you able to keep them? What are the sustainable strategies for you to keep them? If you don't know how to keep them, they run away. Am I right? Something like this. So in your strategic management plan, please document carefully what are the resources and what are your capability. The capability, write it down. These are your skills, the knowledge, The experience. Now experience have different types. You have conceptual skills, you have technical skills, you have human skills, different type of skills, all right? And attitudes. So these are called the competencies. Please help me to write down the capability referring to the competencies. Competencies. Right, offer a more secure basis for strategy than market focus. So these are the approach to your strategy of resource base. This is your resource based strategies. So in your documentation, please write down clearly what are some of the types of your resource based strategies. All right. Any questions so far? This afternoon, Saturday afternoon, I think some of you are looking so stoned. Any questions? Anything? No questions. Resource and capability are the primary source of profitability. Can you see that? Why is it that your resource, all right, your primary source of resource and capability are more profitable, are the primary source of profitability come from your resource and capability? Why? Why is it so? Are you able to articulate, are you able to write in your assignment to show and demonstrate that your primary source of profitability come from your resource and capability? Of course. Why? Because your capability, right, is inside your organization there. You see internal resource. This capability is your staff. It's your management ability to drive the market. Am I right? You are able to dominate the markets. You are able to drive the customer. You are able to bring the customer, bring the sales. Therefore, resource and capability are your primary concern to your profitability and your company survival. Are you there? So please write this statement. You see, you have so many homework to do now. More and more now, right? So don't forget now, by today, 5 p.m., I will finish 50% of your SM. 6 chapters. This is the 5th chapter, 5th week. Meaning to say, next month, July, finish Friday and Saturday, I will finish 100% SM. Meaning to say, your deadline is ticking, tick. I must tell you this, you know why? Sometimes you may forget. Once you let your guts lower your gear, you know what happened? You may forget the assignment due date. I have to constantly remind you, right? Because if you did not meet the assignment due date, you know what happened? The university has a policy right now. If you late for 1 day, what is the penalty? Huh? Anybody knows? You don't know? Are you sure? The penalty you know, right? 1 day late. Anyone?
0.
Thank you. You heard that? 0. Last time, 10% 1 day. 10 days, no need to submit. Today, no more. 1 day late, that is 0. So please cooperate with them. Alright? Because you are still under their jurisdictions. Okay, now class, I will go on to the next one. The link amongst resource and capability and competitive advantage. Now this link here is talking about your interface. Now, for those of you who have just arrived, this is the interface. The interface is referring to your links, LINKS. If you remember that computer, you know the desktop computer, big one, I'm talking about the box. Inside they have many interface cards. Am I right? If you know computer, hardware, you know computer, there are many cards. These cards, computer digital cards or digital box, these are called the interface. Interface between the main card and the main motherboard. I mean the VGA card or whatever card is interfacing with the motherboard or the system board. Am I right? If you know IT. So I'm talking about the interfacing with the external environment here. Alright? Alright, so this link is referring to the interface. Alright? How your organization now, this is your organizations. Can you see? Your tangible resource, all this. Now just I already mentioned to you, your tangible resource including your plant, your factory, equipment, your land, blah blah blah, right? Alright, your cash, your money. Cash means your current assets, land or plant, all these are your fixed assets. You do not need to classify your assets because this is not a financial, this is not accounting management. You do not need, but if you want to do that, nobody will penalize you. If you do that professionally, maybe you will get bonus point. If you know, I repeat, if you are the accountant here, I know that some of you are accountant here. If you are the accountant, if you can classify the different kind of assets or different group of assets, please separate them if you can. But if you cannot, never mind, it's okay. Alright? So here, you have intangible assets like technology, patent rights, copyrights, trade secret, reputation, culture, blah, 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 all those things, alright? And your humans, you see the human? Skills, the know-how, the capacity for communication, blah, blah, blah. Now this human here is the key, one of the key success factor also. Because the human being can drive strategy, can turn the company around. Right? That's why Singapore government, you know Singapore government always like to employ the best brains. They will pay you a lot of money if you deserve it. Alright? So the next one, you can see the word there, appraising the resource. What are the appraiser? Right? You need to appraise the resource, that means you find out. Appraise means to find out, to audit. Characteristics. And what are the indicators? Now this indicator is telling you what are your outcome from your appraiser. The outcome come from your appraiser. That means your indicator. You use ratio analysis to estimate. Alright? To estimate many activities here. See here? All these are the different activities. Alright, I go to the next one. Now the intangible resource, referring to many things like technologies, R&D facility, all those things. Alright? Reputation is part of the important things. Alright? Human resource. So what do you need to sustain your human resource? You need to provide training. So training and education, I will call it, is a necessary important things to upgrade your staff. Because why you need to train? Why you need to train your staff? Why? Or send them for training? Why is it necessary? Because these are called sustainabilities. Whatever you have learned today, I can tell you, tomorrow may be outdated. Tomorrow can be means next year, next cycle, next business cycle, whatever. Whatever you have learned today or yesterday, it can be outdated, which means to say, you need to constantly upgrade yourselves whenever necessary. That's why, do you know that Singapore government, they give a lot of money to Singaporeans. I think you may have received this year a packet, right? $500. This $500 you cannot change it into cash and buy a thing, cannot. You need to use the money, $500, go to the community center or go to any of the PA association, people association, go and sign for the course. The government will deduct the money from there, your account. Do you know that? If you are Singaporean, you should know. Alright? So, if you are Singaporean, the government will give you a lot of training, a course or money for you to train yourselves. Alright? Alright, now just only about 2014, the year 2014, I went to NUS and I studied for the different courses. Again, I get money from the government. Alright? And in the year 2012 and 2013, few years ago, I went to, I also get 85% from the Singapore government under Ministry of Education, and I get my teaching diploma. Alright? So, last year, again, I went back to government. I get government money again. I went for my ETA qualifications training. So these are called the training and retraining and unlearning. All right, unlearn new thing, new learning. All right, learn new things. So these are called all these are under the purview of the human resource. All right. Now, human resource, you must have sufficient information like experience. This person must be trained for external environment, adaptability. There must be commitment. Loyalty can be very subjective. I would not say that every staff are loyal. Am I right? Can you promise? Can you confirm that your staff will be very loyal? Sometimes I can tell you, sometimes your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or boyfriend may not be very loyal also. Am I right? We have seen that in the newspaper. I'm talking about facts. So less to say about your staff. So staff can be less loyal. Maybe I will say staff may be loyal to the money, especially when the competitors come and attack your organization in the way of getting your staff away. Example are possible, right? So they will take your staff away by giving a better offer, maybe. All right. So how do you have to think about that? So when you are writing about your staff training or loyalty of your staff, your employee, so you must